Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today, we're going to be talking once more about Palantir. Now, in this video, we're going to dive a little bit towards the latest news, due diligence, and technical analysis. We haven't done that in a while, and the price point has plummeted down ever since its highs from almost $30, or actually 52-week range is $45, currently very close to a new low at $18.43, even though the 52-week low happened last May at around $17.06. So we're going to discuss a little bit of the fundamentals and some of the latest news, giving us a bit of a perspective on whether we should probably take a position or not, or whether it's a good idea to do so or not in this climate. So let's jump right into this one. So first off, and I know some people don't like to do this, but we got to actually look at the news that they've actually posted. It's easier to just start going on and drawing points in the cloud where they don't exist, but this is solid information that we have. So the first one is on the 2nd of December. Palantir and Kinder Morgan signed a multi-year agreement to strengthen pipeline operations. Now, this one here is in relations towards the deploying of Foundry to optimize its US-based gas storage operations for Kinder Morgan. The operations and decision makers will be provided with a common operating picture of the company's infrastructure, connecting transactional systems, data streams, analysis, and operations oversupply, grid integrity, customers, and pricing. With real-time access to this information, Foundry will enable Kinder Morgan to make data-driven decisions on gas storage, optimization, and maintenance schedules. Now, another one here is them securing an additional $43 million contract from Space System Command. Also, Big Bear.ai and Palantir announcing strategic partnership to combine AI-powered products with next generation's operating platform. So this one here played out a little already. It was in the middle of November. There's not much to it other than another partnership, so we're just going to brush that a little bit off. But they also expect 40% revenue growth for the full year of 2021 based on the Q3 results. Speaking of which, we actually do have a bit of presentation here to talk about for Q3 and before. So Q3 revenue grew by 36% year over year, around $392 million. Q3 commenced revenue growth accelerated to 37% year over year. So that's pretty good margins when you're looking at 2021 compared to what you had in 2020 overall. Q3 US commercial revenues growth rate accelerated to 103% year over year. They added 34 new customers in Q3, and our commercial customers count grew 46% quarter over quarter. Now, this is net new customers, meaning also factored in customers they lost. Now, they've also grown their commercial customers by count of 135% since the start of the year. And during Q3 2021, they closed 54 deals, at least of $1 million each. So that's at least $54 million, even though we know the number is definitely higher. 33 of which were at least $5 million, and 18 of which were at least $10 million. I'm not going to do the math, but this is definitely more than $250,000. Now, Q3 adjusted free cash flow was $119 million, an improvement of the $172 million year over year, and representing a margin of 30%. Now, moving on towards this, you're able to see, by the way, it says an improvement off and not improvement from. So keep that in mind, because it's going on from negative $53 million on Q3 2020 to a positive cash flow. So we're talking negative to positive. That's really bullish as well. Total remaining deal value grew by 50% year over year, around $3.6 billion. Now, I can go on, but you kind of get the picture for this one here. Now, their softwares are actually pretty unique and powerful. They go anywhere from data analysis to AI. You got the Foundry, you got the Polo, which is SaaS. And they actually are pretty powerful with multiple different applications, including military applications, government applications, healthcare applications, and really, the list of applications are limitless. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about from this presentation is more of just a first quick look of 2020 versus 2021 in terms of adjusted free cash flow. So we get to see here, you've actually hit 2021 is a really good year compared to what you've had previously. So that will really affect the fundamentals coming up into the new year at the end of the year. Now, the gross profits and profits, we already looked into that. They were really nice numbers. And the last thing we want to take a look at is their plus change in contract liabilities. You're able to see that's actually less, which is pretty good. And that means they're actually improving their margin overall. And you're able to see here, even though it's 57 versus 56, but overall for change in contract liabilities, there's a decrease there. Adjusted operating income have actually seen a really nice increase, almost a record this quarter, as you get to see with last year. Now, two fundamentals. Quick thing, price over sales is TTM, which means it's based on a yearly kind of adjustment. So that's on 2020. 2021 is a lot better than 2020. I mean, we can easily see this from just revenue and loss and income from operations. We're pretty much setting a record for 2021, and that will show up at the end of the year when they file their 10K report. Price over book is 16.78. Tech is already overpriced in general. I mean, even if we take something like, let's say, Apple, and you're going to see that Apple is 46.72 price over book. So this is a part of the SP 500 and the market itself. Craziness and frenzy. So when we're looking at Palantir with 16.78, it is not really that overpriced when you think about it in terms of the tech industry overall. Now, on the other part is institutional buyers. Institutions have around 1/3 of the entire company. They seem to be somewhat bullish overall with different editions of the stock. And the stock is something really nice to have in your portfolio. They're a really good tech company, and if you want to add it into the tech pool that you have, it's a pretty good, interesting one. It's even undervalued compared to some other companies, but it's definitely a growth stock rather than a value stock. So the fundamentals, you gotta be a little bit disregarding to some of these fundamentals overall. Now, before moving on towards technical analysis, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button and leave notifications on. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this video if you've enjoyed it so far, and you can join our Discord in the description below. Let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, there is a lot to talk about here. Of course, things are looking around bearish for the moving averages, which is anticipated for this one because the stock has been sliding downwards. It doesn't take a genius to tell you that. But here's some of the good news. Now, in terms of the willing percent R, which is very similar to the relative strength index, you might be familiar with RSI. It's currently highly oversold, suggesting there's a lot more supply than there's a demand, so it could be a good time to buy before the supply and demand balances out and the stock jumps a little bit higher. Now, MACD. This is an interesting one here because it did attempt to go towards a bullish reversal on the 10th of December. Currently kind of got rejected and hitting back, but there is a strong chance because it's very close to that reversal level to meet it next week. I know I'm not saying this week, but there is a good chance with good news, but in terms of momentum, still has a bit more sliding to do. Momentum is negative 2.71, so it's definitely not the best, but not the worst. It's somewhere in the middle. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow both are telling you to wait a little because you might actually hit below the $18. Not the best thing to know. Moving average bands on its own are actually going downwards, even though it's anticipated to trade between 2253 in the top, 2049 in the middle, and 1844 in the bottom. It's actually going downwards, which is not a good sign when you want to trade a stock or even play with invest in a stock. This is very similar to what you've seen here before. You've seen it here before and here. But so far, it's currently grabbing on to the bottom of the band. And so that on its own is not a good thing. It really suggests you might be hitting a strong support soon. Now, Fibonacci retracement shows that that support might be at 1742. We might hit that soon. Below there, it's 891. Some resistances includes 2269, 2695, 3121, 3727, and 4499. Now, some price line actions, we're able to see a critical support. If it drops below it, we might be in trouble. 1802. Next one, 1714, and then 1580, 1439. If that drops, we're in big trouble to 1124, 1001, and then 890. Now, resistances. 1953 is the first resistance there, and then 2140, and then up to 2298, going upwards to 2502, 2596, $27, 2946, 3139, 33 38.72 and 35.71, followed by 38.22 and 39.56. You get the point. Now, there is another thing as well. This here could be more of a trend line. I'm not sure whether a channel is appropriate for it, but it could be on its own for a channel. Now, this stock at the current point in the channel is a downward channel, and it's a strong one. It's anticipated to trade between 1936 and I can't even see the bottom of this, but the middle is $18. Currently, it's at the top of the channel, suggesting that below $18 could be an actual potential, given this current volume. I wish it's not, and I'm looking forward to buy some, but I hope that it doesn't drop below 18 and it tests that 18 and bounces back. Now, analysts, what are they saying? They're saying a moderate sell. The average price target is $23.14, even though it is around 26% upside from the time being. The lowest price target is at $18, which is around 5% lower from where it is right now. The average, $22.18, and the top is $63.67. Now, currently, it has a moderate sell, 1 buy, 3 holds, and 4 sells. So this gives you kind of an idea about this stock. I definitely like Palantir. I like what they do, I like their technology, I like the company its own, and I do think that this is a good longer-term buy. But the question is when to buy, not if you should buy, in my own opinion. I'm looking to buy some. I'm not sure. I want to see first how it holds against the $18 and the $17 mark. If it does hold well, I might be adding some more. And I do anticipate a lot of people are thinking the same. They want to buy that quote-unquote dip in the market, might actually bounce by the time it does that. But I do think this is more of a holiday kind of slump, and this one is caught with it. And I do think we might have a bounce later on in the longer term. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.